The current Pope has recently come under scrutiny from his many followers, as they believe that he is taking their church in a non-biblical direction. This has raised suspicions among many Catholics that think that we might be approaching the end times. There are also other voices expressing concern that the current Pope might be the Antichrist. Here are 9 biblical clues that will help us answer the question, is Pope Francis the Antichrist? Clue number 1. The Antichrist will be against Christ. 1 John 2:22. Who is a liar but he that denies that Jesus is the Christ? He is Antichrist, he that denies the Father and the Son. The first clue is that the Antichrist will deny that Jesus is the Christ. Clearly, Pope Francis has not denied the Son of God, and therefore cannot be the Antichrist. Second clue, the Antichrist will possess great power. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 8 to 9. And then will that wicked one be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the spirit of his mouth, and will destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. The scriptures, talking about the coming Antichrist, tell us that he will come with great power, signs and lying wonders. Pope Francis has not publicly performed signs and wonders that would indicate that he is the Antichrist. Clue number 3. The Antichrist will come from a 10-nation kingdom. Revelation chapter 17, verses 12 to 13. And the 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings, who have received no kingdom as yet, but they receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one purpose, and they will give their power and strength unto the beast. In the scriptures, the beast represents the Antichrist. If you also read Daniel 7:24, you will realize that the Antichrist will be a political leader. While Pope Francis is the head of the Vatican State, he is primarily a religious leader and therefore cannot be the Antichrist. Clue number 4. The Antichrist will come to power through deceit and flattery. Daniel chapter 11 verse 21. And in his place shall stand up a vile person. To him they will not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. In the book of Daniel, you can also check Daniel chapter 7 verse 8. We are told that the Antichrist will come to political power through deceit and flattery. Pope Francis became head of the Vatican State because he was elected Pope. Popes are elected by a conclave of cardinals, and while there is no way to know what transpired during his election, there is no reason to suspect that he became Pope through flattery and deceit. Clue number 5. The Antichrist will achieve world dominance. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 7. And authority was given him over every people, tongue, and nation. Pope Francis is the head of the very influential Catholic Church, but he does not have authority over every people, tongue, and nation. Clue number 6. The Antichrist will blaspheme God and persecute the people of God. Revelation chapter 13 verses 6 to 7. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. The book of Revelation tells us that the Antichrist will blaspheme God and persecute the church. Pope Francis, as far as we know, has not blasphemed God and has not openly called for war and the persecution of Christians who disagree with him. Clue number 7. The Antichrist will worship false gods. Daniel chapter 11, verses 37 and 38. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all. For in their place he shall honor the God of forces, and a God with whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things. The Antichrist will have no regard for God, as he will primarily magnify himself. He shall, however, honor the God of the forces. Who this false God is currently unknown. Pope Francis cannot be the Antichrist, as he has not renounced Christianity or changed his religion. Clue number 8. The number of the Antichrist will be 666. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. In Latin, the words vicar of the Son of God have a numerical value of 666 and have been applied to the Pope as proof that he is the Antichrist. However, this is not the official title of the Pope. The Pope is called the Vicar of Christ, and in Latin, those words have a numerical value of 214. There is no indication that 666 applies to Pope Francis. Clue number 9. The Antichrist will claim to be God and will desecrate the temple of God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sits in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. The Apostle Paul in this letter warns us that the Antichrist will claim that he is God. Pope Francis has done no such thing and has not made the claim that he is God. In conclusion, after looking at these 9 clues, we can safely assume that Pope Francis is not the Antichrist. But that does not mean that the Catholic Church won't play a role in the end times. If you want to know more on this subject, check our video about the white horse of the apocalypse, appearing just now in the right-hand corner of this video. So, are you convinced? Or do you think the Pope is the Antichrist? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and check the description below for free resources that will help you walk with God every day.